It is 2 o'clock.
Here we go.
We're going to start. All right. Welcome, everyone. And let me minimize the chat room. Welcome. This is our second virtual meeting for the Georgia chapter of AG Bell. My name is Linda Lasker. I'm the president of the state chapter, and Sherry Nybert is the vice president and soon to be the upcoming president in 2020. We're excited to have you with us today, and we're going to celebrate, we're going to learn and connect together. Typically, we have 2 meetings a year, and one is educational and the other one is more of a social. And so today is our educational meeting for both families and for professionals. The professionals do have an opportunity when you did register to tell us if you would like to have credit. And we will talk about the credits at the end of each presentation.
In the chat section.
One thing that we decided that if you don't know much about the Georgia chapter, we're going to talk a little bit about the background and just to get us started. We do want you to know that we do have live captioning coming on, and we will, want to do that for me?
Yeah, the next slide. Nikki, I think we're going to talk about how you can get your live captioning if you don't have it on right now.
There we go. First of all, we wanted to thank our sponsors. We have sponsors that helped us put this together, and Sherry's going to tell you.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's mine. I'm up. So we have a bunch of sponsors. We have Advanced Bionics. We thank them very much for making this live captioning opportunity. If you go to your, I think it's at the bottom of your screen where it says CC, you can click on that and you can get live captioning as the presentation goes on. And then we also have AG Bell, who is making the CEUs
language credits available to us.
Right, and so they're sponsoring that for us. So we're really thankful for that. Atlanta Speech School is going to evaluate all the credits and they will send out the certificates afterwards. So we're really thankful for that, to do all that legwork behind there. And then we have KDH Research and Communication. Nikki from there has provided the technology support and the webinar and survey process that we're doing. So they've done all of that IT work, as well as that registration that you saw that looks so beautiful and all those flyers. And so that was wonderful.
And they're doing the monitoring of the whole session.
Correct.
And videotaping it.
Okay. We are thankful for our sponsors. I think our next sponsor, I think it's housekeeping. Oh, now we're going to actually go into Advanced Bionics. I'm going to introduce Francisca. She is going to talk a little bit about the newest technology for Advanced Bionics, and we thank them again for being our sponsor.
Paying for the caption.
Hi, everyone. This is Francisca Hernandez, cochlear implant consumer specialist with Advanced Bionics, and I am excited to be here this year with AG Bell and being able to sponsor the captioning and allowing others to connect to those moments they love, especially this year with AG Bell. Next. AB is excited to share the new pediatric sound processor, Sky CIM, specifically designed for those challenging listening environments of our youngest listeners. Next. Phonax AutoSense OS provides our youngest listeners a powerful hearing experience. The design of Sky CIM allows our youngest children to go through those growing adventures with flexibility, plus Roger Direct and Bluetooth integrated is making it a sound processor easy to use at all times, both in the classroom and outside of the classroom. Next. Thank you, AG Bell, for hosting this event this year and bringing us all together as we try to continue with our lives through this COVID havoc. It's been a pleasure to be with you guys.
Thank you so much.
Okay, to get started, we've got some housekeeping tips. So up on the screen, you should be able to see that you're automatically muted and your video will be, I can't see right here, but turned off. If you have any questions for us, please put them in the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen.
And we will answer your questions at the end of each speaker.
So you can access the PDF of this PowerPoint slides and full program in the chat box later in the presentation.
Email that up.
We won't email those to you. Look at the bottom of your screen, like Sherry said before. If you were wanting closed captioning, look for the symbol CC at the bottom. And we do have a live closed captioner available today. To get credits, you must attend the entire presentation for each presenter. We will be monitoring your attendance throughout the webinar to make sure you're still on and that you are connected to us. To receive credits, you must be in the session when the online evaluation link is shared. Now, it will be shared at the end in the chat box, and there will be a link sent there, and there will be no other time that you can click on.
We will not be emailing it after the presentation.
Correct. Once you have completed the evaluation, you will be then sent by, like Sherry said before, an email with your certificates for LSL, but that's listening spoken language certificates, SKYS credits for Georgia. And if you want ASHA CE verification form, we will send that to you as well. If you have any questions about credits, please contact Kathy Newbern. She is our professionals director of the Georgia Bell chapter, and she can be located at the Atlanta Speech School, and there's her phone number. You'll have,
well as in your registration, you have that information as well. Kathy's email and phone number as well as mine.
okay, so let's talk a little bit about AG Bell. A lot of people, they would think, oh, I don't really know why this is an organization. We're going to talk a little bit about who he is. So, Sherry, do you know what important day Alexander Graham Bell's birthday is?
I don't. What?
It is World Hearing Day. It's March 3rd. So March 3rd represents World Hearing Day. Do you know that he had family members that were deaf?
I did not. Who?
And his wife. And I didn't know this when I was looking up facts about him, that his father and grandfather were both prominent speech pathologists. Did not know that. Do you know how Alexander Graham Bell helped Helen Keller?
How did he help her?
He was the one who got Anne Sullivan contacted the family and became her teacher and mentor for her life.
Game changer.
There's one more really interesting fact
Okay.
for people who are in the deaf and hard of hearing community.
Hey, Linda.
Did you know that Decibels was named after Alexander Graham Bell?
The bell, the BEL at the end.
At the end.
I
So-
did not. I wonder if audiologists know that.
I didn't know that. I did. And we all know he was an inventor. You remember what he invented? What?
Ring, ring, ring.
The telephone. But he was also another inventor. He did, and this is so interesting, he did a rudimentary metal detector. And they used that when President Garfield was shot. They were trying to find the bullet in him. Also, too, he designed the world's fastest boat in 1920. It's called the Hydrodome. Did not know.
He was pretty awesome.
But he was pretty awesome in many, many different ways. But the most important one is he that he sought to educate teachers, to help children with hearing loss with their residual hearing. He also, his goal was not just to build listening and language skills, but to help children fully participate in a mainstream society, living and working independently. And because of his principles, we have now a new certification called Listening Spoken Language. And we're hoping that we can get many of you out there interested in this and see if you would like to join us in this venture to help children who are identified with hearing loss in infancy move to listening and spoken language development and spontaneous speech as quickly as possible. So this gentleman has changed Sherry's life.
Yeah, as a parent of a deaf child, I am forever thankful for them educating you to educate my daughter, as well as to create this community that we all exist in now.
So we do want you to know that children who are deaf and hard of hearing can listen and speak. We have a really short clip from the A.G. Bell organization we'd like to share with you.
When a baby is born with hearing loss, parents and families often don't know where to turn.
It's kind of a loss of a dream, you think, like what you expected for your child. And then just getting that news is really shocking, and it's sad. You kind of have to grieve for a little bit.
At A.G. Bell, we work to ensure that parents and caregivers around the world understand that today, with hearing technology, their child can hear.
And so about 2 weeks after his first birthday, he got his first implant.
And with speech therapy, can learn to talk.
Which one would you like next?
Yellow?
Okay, can you ask me a question?
Can I have that yellow? Yeah, check at the cloud.
Oh, are there clouds?
Yeah, check it out.
Through a developmental approach called listening and spoken language, children who are born deaf or hard of hearing can fully participate in mainstream schooling, transition to become independent adults, and succeed in the career of their dreams without limits.
Awesome.
But
I hope that stopped. All right, now we're going to introduce you to our Georgia chapter website. So as you notice that A.G. Bell is national, international, and then we have state chapters, and we have a Georgia chapter, which we are representing today. And we have a website, a beautiful one. If you see the peach, you'll know it's our website. And there's an opportunity, if you look at the top left, of membership, and you can go there and sign up for yourself. And it is free for parents. And right, and then you can go, oh, is that our website, agbell.com? No, that's the group.
So when you go onto the website, if you would like to see what about the Georgia chapter, you would go under Connect. And then after you hit Connect, you would hit local chapters and then Georgia. And you'll know you're in the right place when you see the big peach.
Oh, got it. And then that's what it'll look like. And now I'm going to talk about our Georgia chapter and all our board members, because without them, we would all be lost and we wouldn't be doing as wonderful as we are, as well as being able to do these webinars. So as we mentioned, Linda's president. I'm Sherry Nybert as vice president. We have Jessica Sinke, I always missay her name and I'm good friends with her, as membership director
And co-vice president.
and co-vice president. Jonathan Brilling as treasurer. Nikki Wanty as program director. Sarah Rolinski as Latino program director, and Samantha Downton as communication director. Everyone is awesome, and we thank them. And everyone here is thanking them, because that's why we're doing this today. We're moving straight along. Okay, so now we're going to go straight into our first speaker. So once again, we want to welcome you guys to this webinar, Connect, Learn, and Communicate. We're going to go into introducing our first speaker. Here you'll see all the speakers that we have throughout the sessions, but first we're